All right, guys, what's good? We're back with another live trade on the NASDAQ. And so what I'm looking at right now is a 1 minute fair value gap. We're in a premium. A lot of people will be buying this position, but look where we're at. We're in a premium. And at this point, I was in kind of early. I should have waited on more confirmation, but I have this order block here, mean threshold, and this line is going to be the consequent encroachment of the gap on that order block. So at this point, I just want to see how price reacts to this area. I was sitting in a little bit of drawdown because I did get in early. I could have waited on a market structure shift, but we're in a premium. Nas has been pretty much bearish all day. We're in this fair value gap, and Now, how do you know when to close a trade like this, right? You see, I did not move my stop loss at all. I got one position on. And how do you know when to close out early, when to trust your stop loss? You got to see how price action respects these key levels, these consequent encroachment, these mean thresholds of order blocks. You got to really pay attention to how price is closing, because the wicks do the damage and the bodies tell the story. So a lot of people, like I said, will probably be buying here to go get the buy side liquidity, since it looks like that's the direction we're going in. But you know. So this doesn't really scare me right here, this push up. I'm sure it was making a lot of buyers happy, but look how it's closing. You know what I'm saying? It's staying inside that fair value gap on this 1 minute chart. And at this point, I'm like, yeah, we looking good. If I get a market structure shift, that's even more confirmation that we going down. Look at the higher time frames. Got to stay on the higher time frames. Higher time frame is always king. So yeah, we got this market structure shift, and at this point, I'm looking for price to come back up, retest that area that it market structure shifted from, and see if it wants to reject and continue down. Now, here's a pro tip. If price closes above or below a market structure shift in this situation, you can use that as a breaker. So that's why you're seeing me add positions here. I'm scaling in my stops at this point because I believe price is fully bearish, at least to get us back into a discount. And this is what I want to see right here. I want to see that rejection off the market structure shift. You see, we did not tap into a gap on that 1 minute chart. We did not tap into a gap. You see that, right? But because price closed below that market structure shift, I was able to use that as a breaker and be a part of this move. Most people, if they didn't know that pro tip, they would get left in the dust and be mad because Nas is going to their TP but didn't give them an entry. But you got to know these type of things. So yeah, that's the consequent encroachment of the 5 minute fair value gap. And I just want to see how price reacts to it. Does it want to close below it? Does it want to close above it? And I'm just being patient at this point. I got, at this point, 4 positions on because I added 3 at that market structure shift. And you know what the vibe is. So right now we just cooling. And I'm moving my take profit up a little bit because price isn't always perfect. Somebody would probably look at this trade and be like, why is your take profit not at the bottom of that liquidity? And that's because price is not always perfect, especially with the NASDAQ. So you want to be taking partials or your full position off if there's a wick right here. ICT says this: if there's a wick at your take profit level, you want to be taking partials or closing your full position at the consequent encroachment of that wick. So this is what we got right now. Price looking good. $1,600 and some change. And you see how price is rejecting at the TP. That's why you got to be ready to take profit. But Nas edging people as usual, but that's okay. We be patient. And you know the vibes. TP smacked right there, but it didn't take me out until